What's up? I am back. Shout out Chaz. Great show by Chaz. Do have to fix his mic, but handle the trolls pretty well. People don't come at my Chaz. Good luck, man. I come at Chaz and maybe on Chaz. Nobody else has any business coming at that fine young gentleman. Hatcher did not have many shares of Ricky P. You know what? I had like 2% Ricky P my first 150 or 200 best balls. Then my next like 150 before the injury happened, I was at like 10%. So I think I'm still under board on Ricky P. Luckily, I have like 9% Debo, at least before his ADP went up. So kind of a wash. You know what? This is best ball, man. This is best ball in March and in May and in June. You're gonna have issues. We're gonna have issues. Like it's we're all playing the same game. We're all inheriting the same risks. Just a couple trolls. We took care of them, and they were definitely insane comments, but it's fine. Chaz knows his shit, and he doesn't have to defend himself. I mean, I have him on the show for a reason, and you know it's damn well not because of entertainment value. His reactions to what I say is entertainment, but we have Chaz on for his football prowess, and I think you guys all know that. Yeah, 100%. And thank you, McCall. All right, we're going to do a Puppy 3, 1:05 a.m. Central. We're going to hop in a Puppy 3, 1:05 a.m. Central. So about a minute and a half here, roughly. We're going to hop in this Puppy 3. They'll have new tournaments coming out soon. We're winding down on best ball, guys, because I have I did my first redraft tonight, Nick O's league. By the way, shout out Nick O, hosting all of us. It was also Nick O's birthday, so happy birthday to Nick O. I'm sure he's sleeping right now. But me, Nico, and Storey, we're all in the same room together. We haven't been together. Us three have not been together since the last time we recorded a show in person, which was over 2 years ago. So that felt awesome. Again, shout out Nico, and what a great guy. His house is so fucking clean. I walk into that place, I was like, Jesus fuck, my house is a mess. And my house is kind of messy, but like relative, like his was like a fucking. It looked like it was ready to be filmed for like MTV Cribs. Unreal. All right, we're at 1:04, so less than a minute, guys. If you want to join in here and draft with us, the Puppy 3, less than a minute, 1:05 a.m. Central. We are hopping in this fucker. I'm going to click enter. I'm not going to join. I'm just going to get my cursor right on the confirm button. Mouth is taking a little break. This is Max's last. At least he says it's his last. You got that free $30 though from that preseason thing. You know what? That's good. That's good karma. Good vibes. All right, we have there it is. Hit it up. 1:05. All right. Yeah, we're gonna definitely slow down the best ball here. Wednesday is my first Fantrax draft I'm streaming about 34 of those fuckers. And then Thursday, Friday, I don't have a draft. Starting Saturday though, I have 1 or 2 or 3 drafts, like at least one every day live on the stream. So Connor, you got in first, Connor? Shit, man. Man, I thought I was pretty decent with that timing, bro. Fuck. Hey, you guys send me your teams, though. Fancy Dog, Connor, send me your teams because I will give you guys a team review after this draft is over because you're community members and I love you. So, yeah, starting Saturday is essentially at least, I think there's only a couple days I have one draft, almost 2 drafts every single day from, what would that be, Saturday the 21st? All the way until my last draft, guys, is the day of the season, Wednesday at 4 p.m. Love that timing. There's never a safer draft than 2 hours before the first game starts. That is the schedule, man. So, along with that, all the drafts, I'm still going to be doing 3 or 4 segments with my boys, a couple collaborations. We have Who Hames coming on Thursday. We have Fantasy Football Garage coming in Tuesday. I'm also going on their shows that same night for a little home and away, like kind of what me and Adam did from Nice and Blunt. So that's going to be a good time. 9th pick. You got to let me know the date, Mal. Like I said, my shit is super booked, man. Like, it is. I have drafts already paid for, already full, all the Fantrax ones. And I can do 2 drafts at once, even though I'm not even in. The thing is, I'm not even in that draft, Mouth. That is my biggest concern. If not in there, Max is in here at 11. Is that it, dude? I love 11. Some of my favorite teams are from 11, Max. So it is just me and Max in this fucker, which should bode well for both of us, man. Mouth, let me know the date of that draft. I don't love streaming my home leagues. I mean, for me personally, because all the people are going to watch and take the players and hear my commentary. Also, home leagues ADP don't transfer. I don't trust them. Most people are idiots. And 3, it's not, unless it's a high money league. Like, all my leagues are generally pretty high stakes. So I think people want to see high stakes. Like, home leagues, it's just hard to take 1 + 2 = 3, where like these Fantrax leagues are very specific. Full PPR, 3 receivers and a flex, no trades, deep benches. They transfer very well to people's palate, you know. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Let me get to my team here. Oh, shit. Christian McCaffrey scare? Yeah, we'll take McCaffrey at 9. Let's fucking go. Well, I'm going to grade the other guys' teams when they send it to me. I actually prefer to grade them on here because I can see them. But they're going to send them to me on the Discord. Let's see what. We're going to get a good running back regardless. Let's just order these guys up. And there's 5 guys in the queue. The next 5 picks should all be running backs, most likely. But I'm getting the whatever scraps are left, and there's a lot of good scraps to be had. Barkley, Walker, Henry, Chase Brown, Hampton, all those dudes. There goes Walker. That is fine. And there goes Hampton. So, I'm just going to take the old steadies here. I think I have a lot of this, but let's take Derrick Henry. Just can't go wrong with that. Advancement, let's go. Chase Brown was the other option. There goes A-Chain. We'll take that start. At 9, I really do dig that start. Not the Henry value, really. It's the McCaffrey value. And maybe Chase Brown and McCaffrey would be, you know, more rare, you know. But at this point, it's a puppy. There's so many combinations. So, Genty at 16 for Connor. Get out of here. Genty at 16. That's nice. I just got Genty went at 12 at our draft. I got Henry at 16. I would have been very happy with that, man. What's up, K-Space? Neighbors at 20? It's wild to me, man. I will take Neighbors at pick 24. I think is fair. K-Space, we're still waiting on you in the community, man. We're waiting. I've been telling everyone, A, to expect you, and B, this is not even a deadline. You can always join, but if you want to be an OG, which all these guys have been with us the whole time, the 1-year anniversary is the 20th of this month. So in 2 nights is the 1-year anniversary. Everyone that signs up after the 20th is not an OG. And the benefit to being OG is grandfathered into whatever tier you get into, whatever price is forever. And if you're not an OG and this shit's gonna explode, I'm charging $10 a month for my picks. Like, that's going to go up when I hit 63% again this year. Like, I can't keep it at $10. It's not in my best interest. I'm giving away free money to everyone. And I think the people in here know that, because 2025 was free fucking money. All the other years as well, but last year in particular was free money. So we have more free money. So get it. But if you get in now, in the next tonight, tomorrow, whatever, you never have to worry about that, because you're grandfathered in, man. I take care of my guys. So like I said, no pressure, whatever you want to do. But if you want to get in, it really is the time to get in. To the moon. I hope so, man. I have confidence. I've been, putting the work in, so you guys don't have to. And I know a lot of you guys already do put the work in. Really good options here available for me. A lot of it would have been great. I think the answer is going to be another running back. It sucks they have the same bye. Let's take Breece Hall here. And I like my teams when I go 3 straight running backs. There's no running back I want to take in the fourth, so now this definitely has to be a receiver. I'm going to get a stud with what I see on the board. Going to get a stud. For sure. There goes Higgins. Oh, yeah. We're getting somebody. They all go off the board, which is fine. We have 2 picks until I'm up. Okay, we're getting somebody here. Somebody good. I'm fine with either of these guys. There goes Allen. Cool. Makes me take Ted McMillan. We'll take Ted McMillan there. I would have taken Allen for sure at that spot. But not a bad start. Not a bad start. K-Space, make sure you use that code, though, if you do, because Ryan didn't, and I'm going to Venmo him the $5 difference. He put $10 tier. He didn't use the code. I'm hooking people up, so I'm not trying to take people's small change. So if you don't use the code, I'll Venmo you the $5 either way. But definitely use the code if you're gonna do it. Buddy of mine was paying a guy $700 bucks for picks and asked for more money, even though the guy went 3-5. All the bets were just alt spreads, giving the teams a bonus 3.5. Yeah, mine are all even odds, and I don't do lines, so they're even odds prop. Do people charge a lot for their picks? And I'm not even really a fan of paying for in general. I don't want to tail many people because it's risky, bro. Vegas always wins. Player props are different, and obviously you guys have seen. I have the formula. I have it. It's not even that advanced of a formula. I kind of take a lot of guys that are low, down in the dumps that haven't hit their number. I do pair that with some good matchups, and if I do have a 3. Essentially, it's an algorithm of 3 things, right? It's a guy that hasn't hit his number in 3 or 4 weeks. It's a good matchup, a plus matchup, mixed with typically if it's a wide receiver or an offense, a close game, right? I don't want them to get shut down. So if I can identify at least 2 of those 3, and I like the line, that's when I smash these bets. So again, it's not too advanced, but people can get too analytical and lose anyway. So whatever it is, it's working. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, because I'm cleaning up. Half PPR, Michael. If it was full PPR, the answer is clearly Chase Brown. Derrick Henry, essentially every single year, he's had, this is gross, 16 touchdowns. 16 touchdowns last year with Lamar hurt, 18 touchdowns in 2024. So that's why Derrick Henry over Chase Brown. Chase Brown's good for 11 or 12 every year. He's going to have more receptions, right? More receiving yards, but this is half PPR. I'm looking for spike weeks. Spike weeks go to Derrick Henry, and it's really not that close. Lamar's available, but I'm not with our dude. So we're probably going to go J-Mo here. I think J-Mo is the pick. Yeah. Pretty happy with Ted McMillan and J-Mo, all things considered, with these running backs. The pick I don't love is Breece Hall, but it's 5 picks after ADP. That's where I will take Breece Hall. Fuck. This guy in the turn is just taking all my receivers, man. All my receivers. I don't want to fucking take Carnell Tate, dude. Gross. I was going to take Marvin Harrison. I got to take Carnell Tate. Is it fucking telling me I got to take Carnell Tate? I guess I will. It seems super gross. I'm not a Carnell Tate guy at all, but I'm not reaching for DK or Quentin Johnston, and no running backs on the board I like. I'm not taking Tucker Kraft. I'm not taking Drake May. So don't love that. Don't love that. I wanted Devontae Adams or Rome Odunze. It would have been in a perfect world. All good. Genty at 16, Connor, is unreal, man. We had Adam on here, nice and blonde. He wanted to. We took Genty at 8 or 9, and I didn't love that, but I didn't hate it. I'm comfortable with Genty at 11. Again, Genty, I feel like is stronger in full PPR for a running back. It's just massive workload, dude. The massive workload is hard to deny. Oh, Connor. It's not cooked, though. It's not cooked because I'm guessing you got Josh Allen at, was it the 4th round or 3rd round? Did you take Josh Allen in the 3rd round? In that case, you probably are cooked. If you got Josh Allen in the 4th round, which would have been, the 405, then you're fine. Because it'd be 405, 605. It's not ideal, but it can be done. Just don't take a 3rd quarterback. They don't have the same bye week. You can make this work, man. You're not going to win the tournament with that, but you can advance.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you.
So
because,
good.
We're worried about that. That would be great. Plus, you scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours.
Well, Jules, the funny thing about my back is that it's located on my cock.
Oh, you're good. If you got Josh Allen that late in the 4th and then 6th round for Drake May, it's not great, but it's value on both. Make it work, man. You got this. You probably have to neglect the tight end position and take some shots on 3 bums to kind of even out the disparity and not lose out at running back and wide receiver is my take there. There goes Jordan Brooks, which is insane to be going this high. I don't love that. We're going to take an unstacked Caleb. Don't love it, but at this point, 8 picks after ADP, we will take Caleb at pick 81. Didn't like anyone else on the board. I think I like the rest of the players after just as much. Which, yes, 2 running backs I love. Not Mekhi Lemon, that's for goddamn sure. Sweet. Wilson, Dobbins, Laporta. Oh, man. Wide receiver needs more help than running back. So let's take Mr. Chris Godwin. That makes sense. Can't really stack Godwin because I have Caleb with week 10 bye. I could take a 3rd quarterback as well. All good. Good value on Godwin. It's nice to see Mekhi Lemon actually going after Jalen Hurts because the first couple months of these, you had to take Mekhi Lemon first and then Jalen Hurts, which is always disgusting. They were going right around the same range. Lemon at 90 is okay. I prefer it at 100. Not a fan of the situation. Like the player, though. There goes Harvey. Would he have been there, Max? Is the question. Would have Lamar been there? Was Zay? I'm fine with taking Zay on his own, though, dude. You don't need to stack Zay. I mean, it's obviously ideal, but if we love the players, oh, you got Lamar. Right, you take Zay at 311. Yeah, Zay at 311. The fact you already took Lamar. I get Ibuka over Zay, though. I have him ranked back-to-back. No big deal. Definitely the year of the questionable tag, man. And chaos, dude. Fantasy chaos. Chaos always gives the advantage to the better player, though. That's why I don't hate it as much. The savvier player will rise up, right, and make the most out of injuries. Where, like, if you're already a poser and you don't really know what you're talking about, when you get the injury bug, good fucking luck. Good luck. Ah, there goes Monungai. Oh, I miss the days of getting Jordan Mason in like the fucking 11th round. Those are the days, man. Kyler at pick 98 with Jordan Addison. I mean, Addison was early as well. He took Addison before Sutton. Blake 60 DraftKings in. Give me 1 second, my dude. And after I make my double up here, we'll take a look at the team for you. You got to send me your exposures, man. All right. God, I end up with Kyle Pitts so much. He falls like the end of the 9th round. And I never have a tight end. I just feel like it's just a good pick. It doesn't really like lock me into taking only 2 tight ends. It's late enough where I can take 3. All right. 2 pretty good options here. Concepcion, 110. He should start rising up boards. We're going to finish quarterback off with Jared Goff. We do have Jamison Williams. So, what are you got to send us your exposures, man. I mean, come on. Blake, you know ball, bro. You know ball. Oh, there's like no one in here right now, huh? Just talking to my buddies here. My buddies. Love, Willis, Bryce Young, Genty, Walker, Hendy, Chris Rodriguez, Spears, super nice. Garrett Wilson, Tet, Adunze, Sutton, Wandale, Flournoy, Fields, Horton, Deion Burks, Kraft, Dulcich, Fryermuth. Love that team, man. Running backs are really strong. Hendy is your 3. I love that. C-Rod is your 4. And then the 5th, just give you in PPR. Spears is fine. Wilson, Tet, Adunze, Sutton's your 4. So wide receiver's a little weaker, but Wandale's a fine 5. Flournoy, Fields, Horton, Deion Burks. Tight end room is really strong. So, yeah, man, quarterback's probably a little concerned, but you have 3 of them. I'm not worried about it. And tight end's really strong, dude. Really strong with Fryermuth as a 3. So it's a wide receiver room is the question. That is your biggest concern, but you have flex appeal at both running back and tight ends. Very balanced, man. Very balanced. Well, you do have Josh Allen and Drake May, so that is a interesting squad for sure. Hell yeah, Hetzer. Always appreciate you, my guy. We got Keith in here. What's going on, Keith? Eyeballs and popcorn. I would eat your eyeballs, Keith. I bet they're pretty tasty. Is that weird? shit, man. The nice thing is Keith can't ban me. You know what I mean? Like, I can say what I want on here. YouTube can ban me, I suppose, but that wasn't that bad. The thing is, I don't ban anyone. Like, unless you're really like saying, I actually will like ask you to, like, the guy that was like talking shit to Chaz. I was like, well, you got to give me a reason for what you said that Chaz said was stupid. I don't ban people very often. Dude, BTJ I'm pretty high on. Unfortunately, I put a short out. Go look at the shorts, Max. And, you know, it's concerning with Brian Thomas's first 6 games. It is very concerning. The schedule, you know, the cornerbacks he's facing, I don't love it. I don't love it. So we have Jared Goff and Caleb. The stacking is just not available. So I think Keaton Mitchell makes a hell of a lot of sense on this team as my 4th running back. And then I wish I waited at quarterback because Tyler Shuck's still available. All good. We have some really good options here at receiver. We're pretty much done at running back until the last round. So we'll take a look at the squad. It's not correlated very much. Really good value on Caleb. Jared Goff after ADP. McCaffrey, Henry, Breece Hall, Keaton Mitchell, McMillan, Jamison Williams in my 1 stack. Carnell Tate, Chris Godwin, and Kyle Pitts. Pretty balanced. Not a good... It's not a home run, right? There goes Tyler Algier. I assume he's going to start going earlier with the news of Jeremiah Love with the high ankle sprain, and also paired that with the James Conner thing. Like, James Conner doesn't seem particularly close to coming back. There goes Malik Willis. Okay, so we're going to get a pretty good running back here. Or wide receiver. We'll take Coker. Shit, we have Tat. We can't take Coker. So let's take Shakir. Kind of a floor play, but with Godwin, it's not great. We have some pretty big upside shots and inconsistent players here, specifically J-Mo and Carnell Tate. So I think Shakir hate has gone a little too far. We'll take that. We'll take that. K-Space says, I'm the band champion. Not a great, like, badge to wear, personally. And I did notice you did say some crazy shit the other night. I just didn't highlight it. Trust me, I know what a bukkake is, bro. Like, that's cool. It's got to be I like my weird comments to have, like, relevance instead of just saying them. As you notice, my comparisons are on point because someone brings something up and then boom, there it goes. That's why I got Jacoby for getting pampered. So I'm getting fully seasoned, plus he's getting Salt Brian the night before. You and your Jacoby Myers thing. All good K-Space. Like I said, this is a safe space for K-Space. I did see you say in Blunt's chat when I was in there, you said you were trying to send me a super, didn't go through. You got me next time. You also said you're going to sign up. So I'm going to hold you to your word on these things. For sure. I'm going to hold you on your word. And I have noticed you've gotten banned from like every stream I've watched while I'm watching them. I don't watch a lot of stuff because I'm fucking always doing this stream. And you're safe here, my guy. I'll say that. You're safe here. You're safe. I'm a big second chance dude, typically. I think the Love deal isn't as bad as people think. In interviews, it's all smiles walking around. I think it's more verbalage. Yeah, I'm buying into like the dip. You know, hopefully there's a dip. If there's not a dip, I'm going to be a little more concerned taking Love at pick 29. I feel like he should be pick 23, right? So if he's not pick 23, like it's already a value. And if he falls more, I don't care about the risk. There's already risk anyway. Oh, no shit. I did notice. Was it about the cutaways, Fantasy Dog? What was it about? Because, you know, we all give ourselves like shout outs when we're on it, you know, when like someone's in the chat. But curious what he said. I know he put a cutaway in his confessional video, which is totally my flavor. And I don't own cutaways. Seth MacFarlane owned cutaways. And that's where I kind of got it from. But I texted him. I was like, hell, dude, good shit, man. Like cutaways are great. And just a different flair to have. Love it. Love it. Man, this receiver group is gross. This guy next to me has 3 receivers. And he takes Tesla. All right, bro. Cool. Good job, man. So this team's going to be super lightly stacked. I have to just go with ADP value here because that's all I can do. I'm going to take Bigsby. Fantasy Dog says 1 minute shout out. Don't know what cutaways are. Cutaway is, I'm going to show you. Like, this is a, if I want to talk about lubrication, hold on, I got to make my pick. I'll show you what a cutaway is. I can't believe that guy took Tesla. With all the fucking negative reports of Tesla, he fucking does it, dude. He does it, and don't love it. Trey Tucker was fine. I was actually trying to take somebody else, but we're going to take Zach Charbonnet. Works for this team very nicely. Unfortunately, everything else doesn't. Hey, Cutwater. Connor goes right to booze. No, a cutaway. So if I want to call someone a clown, here's a cutaway. I call someone a clown, boom.
I don't know who Bozo is. What, is he a clown?
What, is he a clown? What, are you kidding me?
Or what is he?
Yes, he's a clown.
All right, so what's the big deal? There's millions of clowns.
All right, just forget it.
Forget me? You should forget it. You're living in the past, man. You hung up on some clown from the 60s, man.
Top 2 exposure to each position. Ward and Baker and Love. C-Rod and Gainwell, value. Horton and QJ, love it. Juwan and Kraft. Look at my percentage. I hate it, but in the moment I just can't help myself with some of my guys. It's fine. You're gonna see Mouth in there, and the main thing, like, we're all in the Discord, and you have access to every single community member, every single co-host, every OG. We're all in there, so we can all have DMs, get each other's numbers, all those things. So you'll see Mouth in there. Mouth is a top 5 contributor, maybe number 1. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who sends the most in there, who's the most active, and it's like a tie. It's like a tie for first with 5 people. Jonathan, Dakota, definitely during the season. Dakota, obviously, I'm more responding to people. I post some stuff here and there, but I'm just generally having a lot of DMs with people. K-Space. Make sure you use the code. Also, we are short. Let's see the sub count. We needed 10 subs, 20 super chat dollars, or a member. We don't have a sub yet. So if you do join during the stream right now, we'll do a second draft. That's another thing. Make sure you use the code PRO, though. I want to make sure you get that 50% off, man. Try it out. Definitely do that. Otherwise, I'll just Venmo you the difference, but I'd much prefer just to do that, so it just cuts out the middleman. There goes Dylan Sampson. Oh, this team. I'm probably going to have to take Cole Kmet here, dude. Shit. Blake, I'm not down on Cam for a fantasy perspective. I'm kind of down on him in a real-life perspective. Yeah, Omar Cooper is... The reports are bad. I will take him here. He'll probably get sniped. The reports are pretty bad. He's probably not winning the 3rd receiver job. But that being said, I need some juice in this team. And I would have taken Gadsden. I'm going to take Omar Cooper. Like, I had to. Jonathan's always there. This is when I'm going to start taking Omar Cooper, because regardless of what they say early season, round 15, do we really care about early season stuff? We're looking for upside later in the season. And I was never on board with Omar Cooper. Didn't really love the prospect. I loved how he was pro-ready. This is the concerning thing with Omar Cooper. If he's sold as a pro-ready prospect and he can't even win the wide receiver 3 job on the Jets, that's gross, dude. Let's take Sadiq here. And I might take a 3rd quarterback. Goff and Caleb is probably enough. Part of me wants to take Geno here. That's probably stupid. I don't know. This team's a mess, man. This team's a fucking mess. That guy taking Tesla, there was a few moments that just fucked me over, so. Correct, Jonathan. I mean, he'll be fine. Like, he's fine here, right? 177. He was going 140, though. Now he's at 154. Remember the world where, I know you haven't been doing these drafts, but you've seen enough of them, where Cooper was going in like the 143 ADP. Like, 143 is the end of the 12th round. He was going the end of the 12th round. Like, no way, dude. Not going to do that shit. No way, no how, never, ever, ever. Jefferson rode the bench the first 2.5 weeks. For sure. That's Justin Jefferson, though, right? Connor got Branch. What's up, Anthony? How we doing, brother? Hope your night's going well, man. We are we did a 2.5 hour show before this. We're on 37 minutes here. We'll see. We might do a second draft. We're up in the air on that one. I have a crazy 23 days coming up. Some huge collaborations coming up, as well as 34 redrafts being streamed for you guys in a 19-day stretch. And all of the segments you guys have come to love with all of the elite co-hosts we have in here. So that's going to be happening. We have 2 picks left. Let me switch the music up here. I really don't want to take Geno. I think that's too much at quarterback. We didn't get Shaheed in this team, right? We don't have any Shaheed. So if we don't have Shaheed, we need a third tight end, though. Oh, it's easy, Pat Fryermuth. Let's just strengthen this tight end room. Let's just make the playoffs in this team and then just make our $5 back. I think that's the goal here. It's just not fucking good, man. Caleb and Goff, CMC, Henry, Breece Hall. The running back room's pretty nice. I think the wide receiver room is actually pretty nice as well, with good tight end room, but one motherfucking stack, which is insane. I should have taken Cole Kmet for aggressiveness. Fuck that shit. Let's just make our money back. Sometimes you got to fucking bite the bullet and not to play hero ball. We're not playing hero ball here sometimes. Just biting the bullet, boys. There we go. Yeah, what's up with Zach Branch, man? I don't hear anything about Zach Branch. I think it's crazy. What's up, Sam? How you doing, man? Shout out to Sam. You got your boy in here. Let's shout out to Sam, our guy. Sam T. You see Sam T in there. I see Sam T in there. Appreciate you, dude. Welcome. Welcome. There goes Keon. We'll take Mr. Torrey Horton for the fucking 89th time. Last round, Torrey Horton. Yeah, bro. In all day on Torrey Horton. Also in a Shaheed. Fantasy Dog drafted a strain team. Guys, send me your teams to the Discord. Fantasy Dog, Connor. And then I'm going to do team reviews. This is only just 2. It's your best draft. We'll check it out. You've had some nice drafts recently, so this is not mine. This is a pretty gross team. It's actually decent. If this was a sit and go team, this is a good sit and go team. Not a good tournament team, especially not a good puppy team. Gross. Yeah, man. This we've only actually been 11 months The Patreon was open 11 months ago, and we have about 42-ish in there. So 42 in a year, not even a year, is pretty impressive. What's more impressive is most of you guys stayed through the offseason, which says something, because I told people, like, I did raise the betting tier from $5 to $10 because I realized giving my bets away for $5 is insane because everyone's making a fuckload of money. But if people left, they had to pay 10 for the bets now, and a lot of people did. A couple people did. But that's the more impressive thing, is that people didn't leave because they appreciate it. Last thing to convince anyone to join, they got a free UA checkups from our doctor on staff. Yeah, you have Big Ray for many reasons. He'll drink beers with you, and you get literally a checkup. He'll put a finger up your ass, which you might not love. I actually find it quite enjoyable.
He had a meniscus issue, which totally tanked Derrick Rose's career.
For those of you that missed yesterday, we did bring back the Dining with Meat Sweats segment before I get to the team grades. I know Ray's not on tonight, but if you didn't see this one, I got some new, the other song I had, which is from Kinmaster, which is like public domain, got fucking copyrighted. So I added this one, which is amazing. Fucking doctor, and he is a food critic, that's a wild range. Rob has so many Mason Taylor shares from early on. Dude, I do. Mason Taylor was my TJ Hawkinson, and as confident as I am on Hawkinson, that's beating his ADP. I truly feel like Mason Taylor, if there was no Kenyon Sadiq, which actually there might not be early in the season anyway, if they didn't draft Sadiq, Mason Taylor would have been a top 10 tight end. And he was going tight end 24. That was my guy. It sucked, man. No one saw that coming. Stupid ass shit in terms of the Jets taking Sadiq. I don't know. I already have so much Mason Taylor. I was at like 40% Mason Taylor in the little boards. So I'm fine with him breaking out because I'll make some money on that one. I did a drive nice and blunt a little while ago and got 3 quarterbacks all stacked. Stack didn't get sniped once. Every player was trying to. Yeah, opposite of what I just had here, Anthony. And I knew going into it when I took Caleb Williams, I couldn't get a stack because you can't backstack Caleb. But where I got Caleb, I felt like was really good value, right? Dak was already off the board. I would have loved Burrow here, but and then it was mostly just this Tesla pick early. I was going to go in on a double stack with Jared Goff. It was always going to be lightly stacked. I did like the situation I had here. I have 3 Jets, so I probably should have taken Geno. Totally forgot I had Breece Hall. Not a great team for me. I think it could advance for sure. Blake got smoked in UFC. What's up, Moreau? Me and Moreau have probably the greatest, his Dynasty team that I drafted well back 3-4 months ago. That motherfucker is strong. Let me, before we get to our teams here, I'm going to give you the reviews for the guys that got in the underflow here. We have Blue Angel. This is Connor's team. Josh Allen, Drake May. Really good value on Josh Allen. Genty, Stevenson, Harvey, Chuba, Rashad White. A little weak there, but Rashad White is your finest. Totally cool. CeeDee Lamb, Lad McConkey, J-Mo, Shaheed, McMillan, Branch, Keenan Allen, Keon Coleman, Kincaid, Henry, and Hawkinson. All right. I mean, I know you didn't realize you had Josh Allen. Hate taking Drake May there, personally, but all things considered, I like what you did. You went aggressive at running back, which, some of these guys have to hit. Chuba at pick 105. I dig that. Rashad White pick 112. Solid. Shaheed is your 4. So you went aggressive at both positions. You have to. Your quarterback room is going to be bonkers. 28 points a game, brother. 20. I don't see Fantasy Dog's team. Fantasy Dog, send me your team, man. I have no idea, Jonathan. Storey's the trade guy. I am not even really a dynasty guy in terms of what guys are worth draft capital wise. I just know how to build the best team, which we I think have the best team. But I always play for win now. That's my disconnect in terms of dynasty, for sure. Let's get to. Oh, it's just me and Max's team. Let's get to Max's team. Lamar and Malik Willis, K9, Jacobs, Dobbins, Mason, and Jaden Blue. Pretty balanced there. 38 for Josh Jacobs with the news today. Don't love that, but I like the Dobbins-Mason blue pairing. Jefferson, Ibuka, Brian Thomas, Downs, Concepcion, Stribling, Flournoy, and Chris Bell with Strange, Dulcich, and Darnell Washington. No stacks with Lamar. This is a rough one, Max. A lot of the ADP value is not there. I don't see any stacks besides a Chris Bell and Malik stack. And Dulcich, I guess. But not the guy. Not the guy I want to stack is Malik Willis. This is not my team is probably not much better. Let's go to my squad. I hate this team. We'll see what you guys think. I just not a fan of this team. 2-5-8-2 build. Yeah, he's talking about Dynasty, Connor. Caleb and Jared Goff. Again, the stacking's rough. The quarterback value is pretty good here. McCaffrey, Henry, Breece Hall, Keaton Mitchell, Charbonnet. Running back room's really strong. McMillan, J-Mo, Tate, Godwin's the 4, Shakir's the 5, Tucker's the 6, Cooper and Horton with Pitts, Sadiq, and Freiermuth. I don't know. This team fucking sucks. Like, individually, each position is strong. The tight end room's really strong. The wide receiver room's pretty decent. I think 8 is a 3. Like, this is a concern. 8 all the way down to Trey Tucker. So that's my weakness. Quarterback room's good. The stacking is just not enough. I'll be lucky to get my money back in this tournament. Not a good team. Sometimes you're going to have it, man. So in terms of Hibner and taking these shots, it's tournament specific for me. And I know it sounds crazy with like Best Ball Mania to take your shot on Hibner, but with these giant field tournaments with really hard advancement rates, like you have to differentiate yourself from the group. And Hibner is a guy. You want to be a little safe early, and then you want to go for the jugular with some possible zeros that could blow up that a lot of people aren't even going to roster. That's the only way I would take Hibner. Again, I don't play a lot of BBM. I play the DraftKings Millie Maker. In that case, 20 rounds, I would probably do it if you have Lamar, right? It's just risky. Like, there's a chance you're getting fucking nothing. And that's the biggest issue. But at that point, like, aren't you getting nothing from Darnell Washington? I mean, probably not, but it's a lot of 3 and 4 point outings. So I love what I see on film from Hibner. I like the preseason stuff. Mark Andrews is fading. Shout out to the Jaeger team. Yeah, man, they got me pretty drunk. Storey was fucking definitely drunk. His wife dropped him off there. He had to get a ride home. Storey used to be a pretty big boozer back when I knew him when we were younger, but he is definitely, obviously, you rarely see him drink on the streams. I think he also takes this super serious, which I appreciate, and like he mucks it up and jokes around too, but he takes this fucking serious. So even though I always tell Storey, like 80% of you is 120% of almost anyone else. So fucking get drunk, bro. Like, you're still very well spoken when you're drunk. Speaking of Storey, he doesn't drink enough, right? I always tell Ray, I need you to be sober, like sober, more sober. And I need Storey drunker, like, because I want Storey to even be more looser, right? He can loosen up a little bit more. That means two things, but their spirit animals are just completely different. I take that as a compliment, though, Hetzer, because I got some pretty nice ADP value on this team. The running back room is actually pretty strong, but it just doesn't make sense. The stacks were fucking garbage. Just a bad team. And I've drafted worse than this for sure. Like, this isn't the 10th percentile of, like, garbage. Did Storey get a juice box before he picked up Love? Before he got picked up Love? Yeah. There were juice boxes in the fridge because Nico has a couple younger girls, daughters. But I wanted to have a Capri Sun. Those fuckers are so hard to get. Get the little straw in there. Storey is definitely one of those guys that would pay money to see drunk. Well, he's been drunk. Max, I will be hard to find the show. There was like 3 or 4 shows. There was one he had like an informal work dinner he went to where he drank like 2 bottles of wine with like 2 people. And he was like, he came on. It was actually ironically the same night I booted Ray for being too fucked up. I literally I booted him. I just booted him, because he was so fucked up. And then it was supposed to be like a Ray the first hour and a half in Storey. And then Storey shows up 5 minutes later, glossy as shit. Like, he was still coherent. Storey is one of those like upper echelon, like 10 percentile, like intelligent people that just like can handle whatever. I literally booted Ray for being hammered. And next thing you know, Storey's on here, and I always tell him to get drunk. He's hammered. It was just kind of ironic. All right. We got this from Fantasy Dog. Dart, Rodgers, and Tua. Bye weeks work out there. ETN, Judkins, Warren, Dowdle, Mason. Like that running back room a lot. Mason is your 5. St. Brown, London, KC, and Boston. Tucker, Washington, Bernard, Vele, McBride, and Andrews. Dude, I like this team, Fantasy Dog. The wide receiver position is your weakest. This is half PPR, though. Tight end's really strong, McBride and Andrews. You can flex Andrews when he catches touchdowns. Judkins is your 2. Warren is safe. Dowdle is your 4. And Mason, flex running backs there. St. Brown and London will give you that nice weekly floor and upside. KC and Boston should rotate weeks in your lineup. And you have Tucker, Washington, Bernard. So the back end wide receivers are rough. Vele seems pretty nice. I would probably give this like a B-, dude, or a B. I think it's pretty fair. Rodgers and Tua are a floor. Jackson Dart's going to give you your spike weeks as long as he's healthy. The stacking is concerning here. That is probably the issue. Rodgers and Dowdle doesn't really count as a stack. So, but you do have Tua in London. I'll go B- because of the lack of stacks, but not that bad, brother. I definitely think it's a pretty solid team. And with best ball format, specifically at running back, wide receiver, tight end, you can have 1 weak position because the flex will be taken care of by the other positions, right? So if you have a weak wide receiver room, but guess what? Strong tight end room and strong running back room. So like you're not even looking to flex a wide receiver typically. So you just need to start 3 wide receivers. Hey, LeBron James, Cranberry Sprite. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? I'm getting the hot water going. You got the 2-hand jam going too? Your mama's wait. Hell yeah, she is, dude. I've never heard this one before. Please tell me more. Please tell me more. Yeah, what's your favorite position? Please tell me more. I've been waiting for this one, dude. I miss you, man. It's also the most original thing I've ever heard. I've never heard you say this before. You at least misspell something, so it's not the same thing. It's like copy and paste. So what else, man? You got the 2-hand jam going. You're going to wear my mom out. Again, I'm going to say my mom's 66, and like that's not that much of a flex, but what else you got?
I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
This man does not reflect LeBron fans. He reflects morons, which actually very well could be LeBron fans. I love how Dakota makes this LeBron conversation. Love you, Dakota. Anthony, Miami, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Las Vegas. Which team does the best and worst in your opinion? Miami has no hope, 0 hope this year. They have 2 elite teams in their division, and they have half their cap is dead cap. Pittsburgh is always competitive, and I'm going to give them a fighting chance. I give them the biggest edge, even though I don't love the roster is pretty balanced. And then it comes down to Cleveland or Las Vegas. You know what? I think I like Las Vegas more, but their division includes the Broncos, the Chiefs, and the LA Chargers. Like, good luck. At least Cleveland has Pittsburgh in their division. So Cleveland has a better chance to make the playoffs if they were to hit. Las Vegas is probably a better roster, right? I think I like Las Vegas's team better, but I would bet Cleveland has more wins than Las Vegas. Las Vegas might be more frisky. Although I'm pretty high in Cleveland. I think Dakota is also very high in Cleveland. So quarterback is my favorite position. Hell yeah. Oh, let's not make this a LeBron conversation, Connor. I'm not even a LeBron fan. I'm just a realist. How about that? I know Dakota's shaking his head right now. Just a realist. Sam, see, this is the disconnect. It's literally the Republicans versus fucking the liberals. Like, I'm in the middle. I have LeBron at 2 because he is number 2. He's the second best player. MJ's better. MJ had the most pristine peak of any athlete ever, and we can't deny that. That's why he's won. And you can make an argument for Kobe or Magic, or those guys have incomplete careers for many reasons. He's 2. And unless he wins 2 championships the next 2 years, which isn't going to happen, he's not 1. As much as I'm a LeBron fan, he's not 1. If he gets to 6, it would still not be quite Jordan's 6, but I would say tying championships with the longevity, with the stats, now we have a conversation. The burner account. I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
He can't masturbate. He can't make it come out.
He can't go left?
No, he can't go to his left. Can you go to your left?
Nobody can.
No
It's
one
really
can.
hard, you know. It's funny though. There's other things I can do lefty. I can eat lefty. I can brush my teeth lefty.
There's a big difference. You need rotation. You need tempo. You need feel.
Season. I think you learn a lot. In fact, you learn a heck of a lot more when things aren't going well than when it is going well. And I learned a lot.
I think it's the correct list. I don't know. I mean, to say it's not, okay, maybe he's not 2. I don't know, man. I think I don't think it's the top 10 is totally up for debate, but I feel like there's a 1 and 2, and that's the 2. Wemby's played. Let's the Wemby. Come on, Wemby has played like 3 years, and he just kind of got tossed around in the finals with a super team, essentially, with young, awesome players, and he lost to the Knicks. So again, I'm not going to punish him for that, but like Wemby has to play 17 years to be in this conversation, even at all. Even Jokic, like again, we need to the recency bias thing. We need to. I respect longevity. I respect a guy's game, right? And when making the most, getting the most out of teammates. That's what I respect. The other stuff, the noise, I get it. Maybe I don't factor that in enough. You know what? I am enough to admit that I'm maybe not factoring in what I need to factor in. Who knows? That's just my personal opinion. And again, if you want to call me a LeBron fan, that's fine. But I also I'll never say LeBron's better than MJ, because MJ had every single thing you'd want to go to war with, right? Like he is Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan. Like that is MJ. The acting, you know, the believability. I'm just comparing this to movies. Like the role, it was perfect. It was perfect. I wish he played longer. He also fucking burned his ass out with gambling and playing every game and as hard as he could in practices, for sure. Oh, I love Kareem. Bigs are such a tough conversation, right? Because they can't do it on their own. You know, bigs can't do it on their own. Shaq actually, if you're talking about dominating stretches, Shaq had that, right? Shaq's dominating stretches were actually, if anyone could compare with MJ's dominating stretches, it's Shaq, because Shaq was dominating. Wilt is number 1, 2, and 3. Hey, man, I had Wilt pretty high, dude. I had Wilt as 4 on my list. I think Dakota, you had him pretty high as well. Dakota's definitely respects and pays homage to totality, right? The older guys. So, Dakota, where did you have Wilt on your list? Tim Duncan was pretty high as well. So consistent. So faster than LeBron. The era thing is a little wild with Wilt, and the fact that he lost so many times in the finals, right? Pound for pound, I actually would probably say Wilt and LeBron were equal speed, which is just pay some respect to Wilt. Dude was an all-time track like phenom in 7'2". Also plowed fucking 10,000 women. Let's pay his homage there. Without an STD, I think. Maybe not. I didn't have HIV. God, Wilt was such a gazelle, dude. And actually super underrated in terms of skill set, right? Like Shaq was just bullying fools and, you know, had a nice little touch on his finger or his little hook shot. But like Wilt actually had touch. He was, you know, not Tim Duncan with the backboard wizardry, but he actually had some skill, right? And it was also in an era where he was playing against guys that were mostly 6'8". So mix all that together. That's why Wilt is unreal in terms of stats. I saw Skip had Wilt at 10 due to his lack of showing up when it mattered to win the finals. Yeah, and that's definitely, if we're going to ding LeBron, we got to ding Wilt. Skip also has LeBron at 9. He has LeBron at 9 and Wilt at 10. That Skip Bayless is paid to say dumb shit. That's what Skip Bayless should never be taken serious ever unless he's like in the comfort of his own home and there's no camera rolling. Skip Bayless is a fucking clown that doesn't believe. He's the fantasy football counselor. He doesn't believe what he's saying because no one could believe that. Wilt at 10, I don't know. Stupid. I mean, Skip Bayless, he also said Tim Tebow was like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. That's Skip. And that's fair. And I understand that his criteria is different. Everyone's criteria is different. The problem I have with that is I agree with his criteria if he wants to have this as a criteria. The problem with that, though, is the other takes. This is the same guy that had Tim Tebow as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL at any point. Like, that was rage bait. That was ESPN. Like, this is the same guy is all I'm saying. And so, like, I can't take anything he says serious when he's so off the reservation on a million other things. It's clear that he's just saying things to say things. So his list is essentially incomplete. His list doesn't exist because maybe his NBA list is actually maybe accurate, maybe. But when someone's saying shit like that about all these different sports and through years and years of Skip's hot takes just to piss off Stephen A. Smith, he was paid to do so. And there's no way he actually believed that Tim Tebow was a top 5 quarterback. Top 5 winner, top 5 in the last 4 minutes of games, whatever, but top 5 quarterback, the guy couldn't throw a football. So, you know, LeBron, MJ, Kareem, Shaq, Magic in that order. This is why sports are great. This is why NBA, this is a barbershop conversation, right? And, you know, baseball has this for a different reason because of steroid era with Barry Bonds and like, oh, well, this guy took steroids, so he can't. Oh, well, Babe Ruth played in 1920, so he can't be in there. Like, baseball is just really hard to argue. But NBA is so era dependent, right? And it's where you grew up. And I know, Sam, you're a younger dude. I'm kind of a younger dude as well. I had the privilege of living in Chicago and seeing the back end of Jordan's career, like as a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old. He was born in 88. Big Bulls fan. I love LeBron, but I cannot put LeBron over MJ. I just can't. I just can't. That would be awesome. Dude, Ray would be great. Ray in first take. Now, Ray would murder somebody, though. There'd be a murder. Like, Stephen A. would yell at him, and Ray would just take the set and just smash it over Stephen. It'd turn into WWE, bro. Wilt lost 4 game 7s by a total of 7 points. Oh, by the way, check out early Wilt before the knee. He shot the fade away better than anyone. That's what I was talking about. The fade away, he had a full fucking game for sure, dude. All-time scene, man. That is a crazy ending. It's not even the total ending of the movie, but pretty wild stuff there. And he would do it like, it would be more like, I don't know if you've seen this. It'd pair the ending of a Joker with Obsession's ending. And I don't want to spoil it, but like with the weapon that's used there, it's the bridge the gap, right? The set of the Joker on a talk show type situation with the ending of Obsession. That is exactly what would happen. And that's why I think now I feel very safe with Ray being on the streams with me because he can't yell at my face. My wife likes it too because we would have these. It's not even my yelling match. I think he gets pissed that I keep my calm so much. And he's like, how are you not yelling right now? And he just like gets even more pissed. And meanwhile, Erica's sleeping fucking 12 feet. I don't have a big house. So she's sleeping 12 feet away. And she's like, did he fucking punch you last night? I was like, no, we're just talking. And yeah, love Big Ray. Big Ray's the GOAT. Wilt scored 46 points against NBA players at 15. At 15 years old? I do know the man was the all-time slayer, right? Swordsman, whatever you want to call him, and Hell yeah, he was. Rest in peace, Wilt, man. Also, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. You know damn well that Magic is going to live to like 89, dude. I love the film, though. It's hard. It's grainy, obviously, and it's like, what am I really watching? But same with Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete is a guy that's not really talked about too much in outside of like hardcore basketball fans. LSU Pistol Pete, like college Pistol Pete. Holy shit! If he had a 3-point line, talk about Steph Curry. You know, like Steph Curry 0.5, like not even 2.0 because he was before Steph Curry. Would have been unreal. Would have been unreal. All right. Love the NBA conversation. You know, it's an open book here, guys. I think I could talk about most things, and that's what makes this show great, which what makes sports great is there's no right or wrong answers. There's some wrong answers, but it's everyone's entitled to their opinion as long as we keep it respectful. Fuck yes. Wilt died the night SportsCenter presented him as the 13th, his number greatest athlete ever. Damn, man. Yeah, what was that, like 2002 or some shit? I know he was alive in the late 90s still. I saw some like late night appearances. I could be wrong. Was it late 90s that he died? Dude was also, I mean, he's so big. Like those guys, that's why it sucks for Shaq. Like Shaq's probably not going to make it to like 80. He's too big. It's just when you're 7'2", it's like having a big dog, dude. Like big dogs don't live as long as fucking little dogs. It's just science. So that's the problem. It is just science. I have a cutaway for that.
Well, I could put the trash into a landfill where it's going to stay for millions of years. Or I could burn it up and get a nice smoky smell in here and let that smoke go into the sky where it turns into stars.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about stars to dispute it.
No, it's right. It's not right. All right. We almost...
Shaq was 7'1", 7'2". You're good, Fantasy Dog. How tall was Wilt? I think Wilt was 7'3". Karl Malone, you know, I did talk about him. I have an entire video from probably 3 years ago. I'll send it to the Discord, Sam. You're in there now. I'll send it there. It's a 9-minute it was during the All-Star game when he like reappeared. You know, he disappeared for a while and like that whole thing was swept under the rug. I don't want to get into what he did. We all know what he did. What a scummy dude. And we ripped into him for essentially what I did was I edited a To Catch a Predator episode and I put Karl Malone in it. So it's pretty great, dude. And I don't know if you ever seen Chris Hansen and what he does. And shout out Chris Hansen for cleaning up the fucking streets and all these scumbags. Karl Malone is a scummy. And I put Karl Malone in a To Catch a Predator episode. And along with our narration, it's pretty wild. It's pretty fucking funny shit. So if you're interested, Sam, I will send that over to the Discord tonight. It's a pretty funny 9-minute YouTube video because it needed to be done because people don't realize that dude is the worst. Robert Pattinson is playing Chris Hansen in a movie coming out. Oh my God. What's the movie called? The Karl Malone Story? What is it called? Pattinson can do everything. Holy shit. Yeah. It's pretty wild though. Not a fan of that dude and anyone of that ilk, right? They don't deserve to be living. And he had no repercussions. What a wild situation that was.
Thank you very much, Miss Lippy!
Maybe Jonathan's seen it. I cut his voice in with a random interview. It's interesting for sure. It's called Primetime. It's a 24 movie. Oh, Iowa's Pistol Pete could spin 2 basketballs at one time. 5'5". You're a small dude, Fancy Dog, huh? You're a little older than we are, so that's not a small back then, but that is, you know, I'm a pretty giant human being compared to that. I'm twice that. I definitely lost some weight, but I can't do any of that shit, bro. I could dunk for 6 months. I could dunk not a basketball, a tennis ball. So I never dunked in a game or anything like that, but only 6 foot tall. I'm also, you know, Caucasian. So, oh shit! Everyone else gets smaller with age, and Fantasy Dog's getting bigger with age. Damn, bro. I wish that translated to my dick. And I just slowly get bigger. I went from 5 to 7. Sam could dunk 75 pounds ago. It's a good way to say it. Hell yeah. All right. You guys are awesome. Remember when Karl Malone KO'd David Robinson? I am of the belief Karl Malone, but take the fucking bullshit aside of the personal stuff. Karl Malone's an overrated player. He was, if people call LeBron a compiler, Karl Malone's a fucking number one compiler. Played with John Stockton. He just shot a bunch of 12-foot jumpers, dude. And he was, again, his prime, decent defender. Pretty good rebounder. The numbers were inflated. He's fine. Like, Karl Malone also went to the Lakers to ring chase. Like, that was the definition of that. Not a Karl Malone guy at all. Like, Karl Malone, it's fun to talk about him because it's actually not, but it is at the same time. He has a special place in hell for me personally. What's going on, Peasy? We are winding down. We just finished a 2.5-hour stream, did a draft, and I pinched 2 on the rubber in league play after 45. My greatest claim to fame. I pitched 2 on the rubber in league play. Can you elaborate? You pinched or pitched at 45? So what, 2 innings in the rubber in league play? Yeah, none of us are fans of the LeBron decision. The point is, like, none of this should even be happening because who the fuck plays into year 23, right? Like, it sucks he's doing this, but it's also respect. Like, you got to respect him for still being, like, wanting to play and wanting to win and being still pretty damn good at this stage of his career. So there's 2 ends of the argument, but it shouldn't even be happening because who the fuck plays at this age besides Tom Brady? He's the only one. Cleveland makes the most sense because they have a pretty good team. The narrative fits 100%. I think that because who wants to play with James Harden, bro? LeBron knows better than want to play with any stage James Harden, but definitely this stage of James Harden, absolutely not, dude. James Harden's a bum. Like, decent scorer, but not efficient anymore and just won't play a lick of defense. No, I wouldn't want to do that either. All right, gentlemen. We are almost at 4 hours tonight. We got to call it. Tomorrow night, Mike Storey is hopping on, and we're going to be releasing our ranks. I'm going to wait until Tuesday to release the ranks. We're doing rank disputes tomorrow. Me and Storey, our biggest, like, 8 to 10 rank disputes. Guys, we have the farthest discrepancy on in full PPR, all positions. That's going to be a lot of fun. He doesn't know my ranks. I don't know his ranks. He's going to send them to me right before the show. I'm going to pick about 10 that are far off, and we're going to argue. We're going to fight. You guys are going to help us out in the chat on who's right, who's wrong, who has an 800 bowling series, a scratch golfer, 84-mile-an-hour fastball. Well, I don't have an 84-mile-an-hour fastball anymore. I did have one freshman year, though, before my arm gave way and I quit baseball. I do, but I took a lot of steroids to get there. I'm just kidding. And I'm definitely not a Karl Malone type character, so I have all that going for me. Appreciate you, Fantasy Dog. Jonathan for all the supers. Appreciate you guys. You are the man. I didn't take steroids, Fantasy Dog. I know. I wish I would have. Maybe I would have made the bigs, bro. A couple of my buddies pitching the bigs. We played together our whole lives at pretty equal levels, so all good. You know what? If I played in the bigs though, and even had made like $2 million, I'd be in Mexico drinking margaritas. I wouldn't be on the show talking to you guys. So, silver lining. Everything happens for a reason. That would have been cool to play minor league baseball. It's kind of a shitty life, but then make the bigs for a year and then fucking suck, which would happen, or blow my arm out. But I wouldn't have been doing this. And this is what I really want to do. This is what I really want to do. Is hang out with you guys and chill and drink beers and talk about NBA and NFL. Guys, 23 days of the season. We're almost there. Can't wait to stream all my drafts along with you guys, watching me, helping me, talking to me, dominating as always. And we're getting close, guys. We are getting close. I can't believe I still have my shitty team I drafted listed up here. Fuck. If I had done that, I should have taken it off. Everyone's probably going to join and be like, that team sucks. This guy's an idiot. All right. Appreciate you. Thank you, Fantasy Dog. Far too kind. Far too generous. my dude. Everyone else, we'll see you guys tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central with Mike Storey. Again, that's Fantasy Rank Disputes. It's both of our PPR ranks that we're not going to know. We're going to argue and yell and see who's right. There's going to be, he's probably going to have Hawkinson at like 30. I think I have him at like 13. That'll be an interesting one. The rest of the week, though, is super cool. We have some collaborations on Tuesday with the Fantasy Football Garage, on Thursday with Who Hames. Wednesday is going to be my first Fantrax draft of the year, first of 34. And then Friday is Storey. Saturday is Big Ray, and I think a draft before that. A lot of good stuff coming up. The rest of the preseason stuff before the season is jam-packed. I'll be on here 5 hours a fucking night going forward. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I am out. Thank you.